Now let's kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I have a sidekick joining me in bed for our segment called Gay Boy Sleep Late. This morning, I'm joined by my gay guy pal, my sweet friend, Jamaal Starks. He's a model, spiritualist, wellness counselor, part of Queer Yoga Club Miami, and HIV activist with Impulse Group, and also sits on the Men of Color Advisory Board for Viv Healthcare. Let's not forget that he also walks as Sex Siren because he is just so damn sexy in the house of Gorgeous Gucci. You can find him on Instagram at Porcelain. That's PORC3LAIN. Good morning, Jay. Welcome back to my bed, boo.
Hi.
Mwah! I love you. I love you. I love you.
Every time you read the introduction, I'm like, I do all that.
And you do. And the funny thing is that I had to cut that because you do a lot more shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all of that is pertinent. I'm just trying to show you like the most important parts, but he does so much, you know? So here we are in the middle of September, Jay. Holy crap, how the hell that happened?
Feels good, but it also feels fast.
Does it? Okay.
I'm like, we only have a little bit more of the year left. 2025.
Where the holidays already will start.
Yeah.
Soon.
So that's just, we get into go mode.
Yes, 100%.
It rolls downhill from there.
I wanted to take a moment and acknowledge that September 11th did just pass, you know? And no matter where you are, you remember where you were when that happened.
Junior in high school.
You know? Do you remember? Okay, and what, the teacher said something? Like, what happened?
No, we saw it. I was actually in computer class, and we always watched the news in computer class because it was also my homeroom. So he always was like, Mr. Pinckney, he always was like, all right, you walk in, the news would be on, and he would like, get to your computers and do your assignment. So we had to write on a current event. Yeah.
So you saw it freaking live, like literally as it was happening.
Exactly. And we didn't know what was happening. We didn't know what was happening.
Of course not, no.
So I'm sitting there at the computer, and I'm like, and he was like, well, the current event is happening. And we just froze at the computer. And then they froze us all in our homerooms for like hours. And then some people just ran and picked up their kids. My parents didn't, but
yeah. But parents did, and you were also a junior, so you were a little older.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I caught the bus
you know what I mean? Like you were like, okay, I'll get home. Okay,
I left home every day at school every day at lunchtime because I had OJT. Remember when they used to have the work?
Work study or whatever it was.
Yeah. So I only went to class. I only took
you took two classes, and then went home. And it was like a theater class, and like a gym class, and a computer class.
Yeah. So after homeroom, and then I had peer counseling. That was crazy because I was a peer counselor too. I went home. I just went home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I remember like I was on the air on Y100 here in South Florida. And like Jay said, they closed the schools. People were afraid. We're a big hub here. We're a big airport hub. And we had, flights in the air and stuff like that. And people were freaked out, And so my god sister is FBI in Jersey, in New York, right? So their offices are right down there downtown. So I was just trying to call, and I couldn't get through. I couldn't get through. And it was like me freaking the F out. And finally she called me on some freaky line, one of those, and was like, hey, I'm okay. I gotta go. You know what I mean? And that was that. Since then, I've got to reflect that Rafael Dominguez, he was a friend of mine that I went to school with, and he was someone that later in life, unfortunately, for working down at the Trade Center at Ground Zero and inhaling all that, years later, he had cancer and he passed away. And that's something that people don't really talk about are the other people who passed away, right? That was the biggest massacre.
The long-term symptoms.
Yes, in our country, the people in those buildings, the people walking by, the first responders who passed away. Man, so many
from that.
But the after is also a lot that people are still trying to deal with all those years later. That was 2001 and we're in 2025.
Yeah, that was, wow, 24 years ago.
That crazy.
Oh my God.
Well, 9/11, we will never forget.